from the Open Space Preservation Commission, and I'm just going to give you a little update of what we managed to accomplish or not accomplish last Thursday. The first thing that took place was out of order in our schedule. We had a individual, Alan Jenner, join us. The Jenners own some property. It's between Saddle Hill and Route 85, and more pertinently, I should know its lot ID, but I forget it. It's bounded by the DCR property, by Town of Hopkinton property, and by a, for lack of a better word, tongue of Conroy property. It's about 20 acres. And they wish to sell it to the town. They originally wanted to give it to Halt and take advantage of a state program that would give them a chunk of change for making a charitable donation to a land trust, but that program is backed up for something like 2 years, and they're trying to get an estate squared away, so they'd like to do this sooner than later. So anyway, Alan joined us. We had quite a conversation, and we have a plan going forth that will probably take a year to complete, but the estate is quite content to have us go through the formal procedures that the town has to go through, and that the Open Space Preservation Commission has to go through, and the CPC has to go through to get this all squared away. So the dollar figure is 100,000, and the land is, like I said, 20 acres, and it abuts town land, and abuts land that we hope to become town land. So this is a pretty key piece of property, and we are quite excited about it. And right now I'm watching a squirrel about to raid our bird feeder. But anyway, then we went on to talk about issues at Whitehall. And as per usual, life there seems to be complicated, and we are still in the process of trying to get some invasive work dealt with. We hope to have a quote for a couple of the pieces that need to be done before the month is out, and hopefully we'll make progress there. Then the next was we have a bridge to build, and it's a little complicated naturally. So Open Space owns the Cameron Woods property, which you can access off of Whisper Way or off of Winter Street or via the town forest. So we kind of look benevolently upon the town forest as sort of, can we do things there? The town forest is under the control of Concom. So there's a trail that runs through there, and the trail crosses some wetlands. And so the idea was that to build a bridge. And it becomes more complicated because at the current state of affairs, Open Space has no money because we've blown our budget. So, and the land is not ours, and it's a wetland. So we had to officially go to Concom to request permission to do work in a wetland. And oh, by the way, ask them if they minded if Open Space put together a plan to build a bridge on their property, and they were fine with that. And then, and during the discussion at this last meeting, it was determined that perhaps we need to work with the HTMC as like the overseer of trails in town. And oh, by the way, they still had money in their budget. So we have done that, and the HTMC has said, sure, we will cover the expense. And I've just gotten a quote. I stopped in at Hopkinton Lumber and got a quote for materials. So hopefully this is a project that we can get underway before the month is out. And so we covered parcels of interest. That was a general parcel. And we talked about invasives in other areas of town in a general sense, and the property on Fruit Street in particular. And I know that invasives are not the purview of open space unless, of course, the invasives are on open space property. But this is a huge, huge issue all over town. We have knotweed coming up, and knotweed is extraordinarily difficult to eradicate. The quote unquote approved method is it's a bamboo like stalk, and you cut it close but not at the ground, and then you inject it with a particular herbicide of which I don't know what it is, and that gets down into the roots and kills it. If you keep cutting it and cutting it and cutting it, it's not like a starfish that grows new bodies out of cut parts, but it's very, 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 very hard to get rid of. Another technique that's been mentioned is that you excavate it in a very thorough excavation. Then you dig the hole even deeper, and you smash the plants down in the bottom of the hole, crush them all up, and then you refill the hole with clean dirt, and then you put topsoil on top of it and plant it. And people have had 2 years of no knotweed showing up after that's been done. But besides knotweed, we've got bittersweet, we've got barberry. Take a look around in front of your own house. And as Van Gogh said, if everyone swept in front of their own door, the whole world would be clean. And if we worked as a town on pieces of property near us and worked at keeping this stuff trimmed back, we might possibly get a foothold on it. And that's it for me. I'm done. Thank you very much. We'll see you in a month. Bye-bye.